All right, welcome guys. Y'all already know what it is. It's your girl Wendy Nowilliams of The Hub. And today we are in our business corner and we are showcasing and highlighting my friend, my sister in Christ, Nakia the Icon. Okay, so make sure when you say Nakia, you don't forget the icon. Okay, we are currently in Fort Lauderdale, correct?
Yes.
We are at AGS and we have a lot we're gonna talk about with her within this 15 to 20 minutes. Because when I say the icon fits, the icon fits. So we're gonna start off with you introducing yourself.
Okay, well, my name is Nakia Samuel, aka Nakia the Icon. What do you want to know?
Who is Nakia?
Nakia is a girl from Pompano that has pretty much built herself against all odds and found her way to the things that she wants to do, and is one that will do whatever it takes to accomplish her goals.
Okay. I met Nakia, the Icon, church. We go to the same church, and I don't know, we gravitated to each other. Besides the fact that I was put on the first bench as the secretary of the church, so we had no option. But outside of that,
have you been a PK?
Okay. Outside of that, yeah, she is a PK child as well. Okay, so Temple of God Church of God in Christ in Deerfield Beach, Florida. But yeah, outside of that, we click, and I like her vibe, and I've told you plenty of time, I do look up to you, especially when it comes to your business aspects and other stuff, but we ain't gonna talk about the other stuff. But yeah, but business wise, I do look up to you because you have a lot going on. First, I want to know where do you get that? I know your mom and I know your dad, but where do you get the need to accomplish so much? And because you have a lot on your plate.
Okay.
So
well, I'm blessed to have two dads. I have my biological dad, who is one that always instilled in my brother and I to be able to do multiple things and don't settle for what people tell you you're able to do. So he's always put that drive and that dedication in us growing up, as from education to business to finances to all those different things. So really a lot of that credit goes to my biological dad with that aspect. And then the maintaining and being humble comes from my stepdad, my pastor dad, comes from him, and that maintaining that humility and putting God first and so forth. And then my mom just that strong mother figure, that single mother until she met my stepdad. But her being that strong woman and always going after whatever it took to make sure that me and my brother were okay. So I have that, benefit of having three parents that were supportive in my upbringing.
Okay. Now, I know you said you're from Pompano Beach, born and raised in Pompano?
Yes.
Okay, born and raised in Pompano. And like I said, I met Nakia through church and got a chance to meet her lovely and beautiful daughter. You want to let the people know about your daughter?
My daughter, Kiana. I had Kiana when I was 21. And then Kiana was born with hydrocephalus and hyaloprosencephaly. But hydrocephalus is basically the enlarged head, water in the brain, and so it led to her having cerebral palsy. So she was in a wheelchair all of her life. But she passed away in 2016.
Okay, so the reason why I had her bring up her daughter, because one of her many hats that she wears is Nakia the Icon is an author, and the book that you guys see here, Big Beautiful Puffy Ponytail, is not only inspired by her daughter, but also her nieces.
Yes.
So just give us a little background on how you came about on, because she said she was going to do a book, okay? And the book was supposed to be by her. You feel me? I'm sure that's probably creeping around the corner, but the book was supposed to be by her, then all of a sudden, pow, I'm doing a children's book. So how did that come about?
Well, the children's book, actually this idea I tried to give away. I came up with the idea. I tried to give it away to someone else. So I was like, this should be a good book. And then ultimately I sat on it for like a year and a half. And the idea came from not only like thinking about my daughter and her being wheelchair bound and not being able to do a lot of things that little girls are able to do, but it also came from me watching my nieces. Me watching my nieces and seeing their interaction, especially my oldest niece, how she loves to do her hair. So those things all together helped me come up with the idea for Big Beautiful Puffy Ponytail, which is also the first book of the Kiana's Adventures series, children's book series that I'm going to be publishing, which another book will be coming out this summer.
And her book will be coming out a summer. We just don't know which summer. Okay. So, and those of you who are interested, if anyone's interested in the book, whether for niece, daughter, or a gift, or just to support the future foundation, because there is a foundation in the work, where can they grab your book? Where's your book selling at right now?
The book is selling on my website, www.NAKIATHEAIKAN.com. It's also being sold on Lulu.com and Amazon.com.
Now, how easy, which we know it wasn't, or how difficult is it to become an author?
Becoming an author, I tell people that becoming an author started from me being a kid and me writing all the time and coming with ideas and having an imagination. But the getting to the actual publishing phase, you just have to be dedicated to it. I ran into a lot of roadblocks trying to get the book published. It's from illustrators, finding illustrators, and actually getting it to publication and to print. But I created a team. I created my team of people. So now I have an illustrator on my team. I have a graphic designer on my team. I have my publication team. So getting it to publication is taking all the necessary steps. Google was my best friend. I will tell anybody I'm the Google queen. I will Google anything. But my Google was my go-to. I couldn't find out something, I figured it out. But I am self-published. So when you're self-published, you definitely have to go ahead and you have to push and market your book yourself. If you get a publisher, then that's a different story. But when you're self-published, the thing is, once you get it to publication, it's pushing it out there so people can purchase the book.
All right, so when you see these people on Facebook, guys, because we like to take Facebook as like law, it's not easy, and there is a difference just being self-published and also have publication. So what's your handles? I don't think I got your handles. What's your Facebook and what's your IG?
Facebook is Nakia Samuel or Nakia Patrice. Both, it'll come up either way. And my IG is Nakia the Icon.
Now, the reason why I asked her to drop those, we're going to drop it again before we end, is because she does do consulting. Her consultant ain't free, but she does help consult in anything business, okay? So, we go again. The book is Big, Beautiful, Puffy Ponytail, and we will let you know again at the end of the show where you can find it, and it'll also be on, I'll have the information for you guys as well. So, we're going to go from that to, so when your beautiful daughter passed, it was a moment in where funerals was not your thing at all.
Not at all.
Her stepdad, I call him dad, her dad, okay? She does have a biological father, but the dynamic that I know, like you would not know, because I did not know. But it didn't matter who invited her, even the pastor. If she ain't going, she ain't going. And she really wasn't feeling the funeral and going, especially going through your grieving process, which I'm pretty sure you're probably still grieving, just different levels of it now. But this girl turn around talking about she working at the funeral home. Now, how does that even happen? How do you go from I cannot do funerals right now to I'm working at the funeral home?
Well, okay, so basically my one of my friends, so she ended up becoming my best friend. But my best friend and her husband, they own a funeral home, a Good Shepherd's funeral home in Fort Lauderdale. So that's how basically I ended up getting involved in it, going to the funeral home all the time and just being there and helping them with things behind the scenes. It pretty much just dropped me into the funeral industry. And it actually, I say it was really beneficial for my healing as far as my process of my grief. Mm-hmm. It's actually been very beneficial because I won't say that it's numbed, but it's made me more comfortable with the idea of death and understanding that we have to go that way. Everyone has to go that way. So that's what's made me more comfortable with it.
Okay. And what exactly is your role in the funeral home? And also, can they contact you, and what are they contacting you for as far as services?
Okay, well, as far as the funeral home, I'm more on the side of the multipurpose center, the Good Shepherd's multipurpose center. So, which is where we are. This space is the repast space for the funeral home, but we also have parties, events, and so forth. This is where I tapped in and invested financially into the multipurpose center, becoming their business partner. So this is the area that I do as far as when it comes to the funerals. I make sure that the repasts are set up and so forth for the families that want to have a repast space. But as I said, we also host parties, baby showers, weddings, and so forth here at the multipurpose center, and that's where you contact me and I set that up for you.
Right. So that was my next thing, but she kind of segued into that. So on the funeral home side, which is the Good Shepherd.
A Good Shepherd's funeral.
A Good Shepherd's funeral. A Good Shepherd funeral. And they got your 2020 cards and they got your throwback cards. Okay, y'all. So we're gonna try to get to a little bit of everything so you guys can see what it is.
Good Shepherd's funeral home. My business partners, Dwayne Shepherd and Victoria Shepherd. They own the funeral home.
Okay. And here, like she stated, we are in the event center part, and like she stated, you do the repast. Of course, it's done here, but it's a we
call it multi-purpose center because it's used for multiple purposes.
Okay,
but it's primarily event center.
What if someone wanted to get in contact with you to be able to book this, and it's from, because she goes to church, y'all, and Good Shepherd. So any event.
Yes, any type of event. I don't do ticketed events. That's the only thing I don't do.
Okay, so if you're trying to make money, basically,
yes, because that's when they blast it and you end up with 1,000 people trying to get into a place that holds 100 people.
Okay, so we ain't, trying to make a profit. We ain't doing the one night onlys and things like that here. But you want to do a birthday, a congratulations, a baby shower, quinceañera, is that what it is? That part, all of that. Or you want to, once you consulted her about being an author, want to do your, big reveal, you can do it here.
Ready? We now start. Get ready, day. Set a bong start. Meet we on the way. We lining up, ready to charge ahead. Forward is not enough. I want you to jump up. Trample the ground now. We headed to downtown. Girl all on the railing. So much woman are trailing. Follow the big song. Get ready to mash down. All in the stadium. The whole of the kingdom. Come down. Time to show me your waves. Time to get out of line. You're born and ready for pace. Come and wind in the roadway. All in front of the gateway. All in front of the people. Business day. This is the kingdom. Wine and free it up. Wine and free it up. Free it up. Wine and free it up. Wine and free it up. Every beat I did. Free it up. Wine and free it up. Every road is a stage. Free it up. Wine and free it up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wine and free it up. Wine and free it up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wine and free it up. Wine and free it up. Why, yeah, yeah, yo. Free it up. Yeah, 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 yeah. Free it up. Why, yeah, 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 yo.
You can do it here. So with everything that Nakia Samuel has going on, what is Nakia Samuel's personal life? Do you have a love life?
Oh gosh, love life, non-existent.
Wait. You know what? Let's pause. Let me bring it back a little bit. Is Nakia Samuel open to dating at this time? You know what I'm saying? If somebody was watching and was like, ooh, businesswoman on her thing, she got it going on, and she thick. Like, I get at her. So what do they do? What do they do? Or is that even an option? Is that avenue or door even open right now?
Nakia is open to it, but I'm gonna say like my sister, you gotta come correct. Nakia is open to it, but right now there's no love interest. Phone is Sahara dry. But,
that's right.
But I'm open to dating, but I'm not wasting my time.
And if you was open to dating, what would you look for? Because me as your church sister, and we talk in and out of church, and like I said, I do look up to her only because, and it's not just with the business aspect, just the fact that you set your standard, even though we had to talk about bringing it down just a nidge. But she set in what she wants, but at the same time she provide what she wants for herself. You know, so when somebody approaches you, and I always say that, ladies, this is how you carry yourself. You feel what I'm saying? If you carry yourself like McDonald's, you're going to get McDonald's. But if you carry yourself like Five Guys, and we're just using burgers. Five Guys, because they're very expensive. Then you get that. You got, you know what I'm saying, Dunkin' Donuts, you got Starbucks. And what type of guy, if, you know.
You got great value, you got Publix.
Then if you want that top tier, you go Whole Foods. Now you be talking.
Yes.
But what would you look for? 3 characteristics in a guy if there was like, oh, do I have a chance?
If they have a chance. 1, loyalty. Loyalty, responsibility, and you gotta be about your hustle. You gotta be about your hustle because I can't be about my hustle and then you not about yours and then you expecting me to carry us. That's not gonna happen.
Loyalty, meaning no lies.
No lies.
What was the second one?
Responsible.
Responsible mean, listen, if you got kids, make sure you got them in line. The baby mamas have them in line. You know what I'm saying?
Everything. Take care of them.
All of that.
Yes.
All of that. And the third one is?
Third one is be about your hustle.
Come with money. It ain't all about money, but don't come leeching. Don't come like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see the level she's setting. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And, you know, you got to kind of be close to that. Looking to elevate. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes. You got to be, like, I mean, even when I say, like, about your hustle, I'm not saying you got to have, like, money in the, you got to have, like, 1,000 millions or whatever in the bank, 100,000 million in the bank. What I'm saying is, I'm not dating anybody's potential. So I'm not dating what you have the potential to be. I have to be willing to accept you where you are. But if I know you're about your hustle and you actually grinding, then we can grind together. Right. Because I'm going to push you regardless. And if you don't want to be pushed, then you don't want nobody like me.
Basically, you could be where you at, depending where you at is at. Yeah. But with the mindset of wanting more. You know what I'm saying? You're not just, I'm okay here. We don't want nobody content. You know what I'm saying? This is not a content world. The sky is the limit. We don't even know what we can actually do till we get there and do it. But okay, so love life, she's open. She don't need it, but she's open. You already heard what the requirements are. We're working here at AGS, which is a multipurpose event center. If you need any type of booking for parties, quinceañeras, whatever it may be, no ticketed events. Do you do like pop-up shops and things like that here?
Yes, pop-up shops as well.
So pop-up shop, business, networking, any type of networking, you can contact Nakia. You got, unfortunately, if you got to lay somebody to rest, she can take care of that, facilitate that, and direct you to the right direction. And also, don't forget about her book, Big Beautiful Puffy Ponytail, okay? And we're going to give you the information for that as well. Now, before we really end this, you know, what other, okay, actually, let me bring it back. What you do now, is how much of a inspiration is your daughter in everything that you do right now, in everything that?
Wow. Okay. With my daughter, she being an inspiration, it's me. Everything that I do is in an aim to help people, to help them elevate, to put a smile on their face. My daughter, she always had a smile on her face. She always had a smile on her face, and the goal is to put that same smile and that same peace in people's lives that she brought. So if you're me doing the book, it's to show the joy that she had and to have little girls embrace their own beauty and embrace those relationships that they have as far as with their siblings. Having the event space, it brings joy to people to be able to celebrate life's precious moments. And then on top of that, helping people with their businesses, that helps them grow, that helps them elevate. I do motivational Mondays on my social media platforms, and I do that to bring something into someone else's life to motivate them because they may not be feeling their best this week. But if that one video can help them go and keep going, then I've helped someone and I put a smile on their face. And I'm also a realtor.
So clearly she wants to do the interview by herself. You feel what I'm saying? Because I was going to go to Motivational Monday and let you know why she's definitely an icon, because she over here selling houses too. But, you know, if you want to do the interview on your own, you can. You know? But like she said, you know, I was going to let you guys know that y'all can catch her every Monday And she's going to give you her handles again every Monday on IG and on Facebook. She does Motivational Mondays. It's not a long, it's nice, quick, and it's to the point, and you will get the point. But we're going to end with her being a realtor because, you know, again, it's Nakia the Icon, which fits her because she has so much that she does. And this is probably not where it stops. But give us how and why did you go into real estate?
Well, going into real estate was okay. When I first bought my home, I realized that the process was not as tedious as people made it to be. I saved my income taxes for 2 years, and I stopped eating out, and I saved my money in order to buy my house. And I bought my house at the age of 24. So, but in that aspect, I see that there are so many people in our community that they are moving from pillar to post because they don't have the desire or the willpower to save in order to get themselves a stable home. So I know that being a realtor and getting people into their dream home or into a home creates stability for their family, creates empowerment for their family, and also builds generational wealth. That ultimately, as I said, goes back to me wanting to put people in the best position to put a smile on their face and give them hope and make them happy and actually help them move to their process. I look at real estate as not just a financial gain, I look at it as a service to my community.
Now, top 3 things that a home buyer needs to know that they may not know. Because you're actually not, I have another friend who does real estate as well, and I kid you not, if not, well, it couldn't have been today because today we're all about Will and Jada. But I think a couple of days ago, she posted same thing, like what you guys are seeing. Don't concentrate so much on the keys in the welcome that you see that people posting. Mm-hmm. Buying a home is not that easy. So if you was to give 3 major keys to buying a home that people need to start doing now, or keep in mind this is necessary to go the next step, what would it be?
I would say, number 1, save. Your income tax, you don't need to go and buy Gucci. Because when Keisha Kayor buy Gucci, she go back on and sell it. So, didn't she only wear it one time, and she has a whole website where she sells all the stuff. Y'all know that, right? Okay. But saving, creating a savings plan. That's like the number 1 thing for me. You don't have to eat out every weekend. Go grocery shopping, cook, save. The next thing, make sure you maintain stable employment. You having stable employment is what they're going to look at. Making sure that you have a job that you're going to maintain for long term. And your credit. People don't understand how important it is to have good credit. No, your credit does not have to be a 700 to buy a house. The minimum credit score is a 580. But you don't want to have so much debt on your credit that it outweighs your debt to income ratio, meaning how much you pay out every month is outweighing what you're bringing in. So those are my key things: making sure you save, you have steady income, and your credit is on point.
And when it comes to the steady income, for our self-employed people, because I know for when you work for an employer, they go 2 years back, right? Mm-hmm. You have to have a job minimum 2 years. Mm-hmm. But being self-employed, it goes back further.
Well, how much back? There are different programs. There's actually a 12-month bank statement program. So as long as you show the consistent deposits over 12 months, that's an opportunity for you to be able to purchase. You making those deposits into your account. You pull your bank statements, they're able to calculate what your annual income is, and then it will give you an approval based on what your annual income is.
And sis, they ain't talking about 150 deposit here and 200 here.
Exactly.
We're talking about like deposit because you have a business and it's coming
your
in. Your
consistent deposits. If you're doing hair, you're making those deposits into your account. Not getting them cash out. They're going into your account. So making those consistent deposits. I know many people, they do lashes and so forth. Like people that have legitimate businesses. They're making their deposits, and then they're using those deposits to now catapult them into home ownership.
Okay, so you guys, 3 major things, okay? Steady job, steady income, 2+ years, savings, and also your credit, okay? So be mindful. of your credit, because we never thought it would be that important, but now you see how it's important. Okay. And where do you service? Do you service just Broward County, South Florida, if someone was interested to get your service forward?
I service Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Port of St. Lucie, because I have a lot of people that are trying to move to Port of St. Lucie. So all those areas. And I actually have connections in Orlando, so I can service you in Orlando as well.
Okay, so she got y'all together for South Florida, okay, guys? And do you work up under a realtor, or are you on your own?
No,
or
I work up under a broker. My broker is Combsville Realty Group, where my broker is Emmett Combs.
Okay, so guys, I mean, the icon is an icon for a reason. You know what I'm saying? She's an author. She also is a realtor. She's also, might as well say, event planner, and she decorates too. You know what I'm saying? She decorates too, but we ain't gonna put that out there because she was supposed to do that. But that might be in the coming, because it's an icon. You feel what I'm saying? So that might be coming too. But she decorates as well, y'all. So we still in March. So we still got the Women's Month. You know what I'm saying? So if you was to leave, not if you was, encourage a Black young lady or a woman who is trying to start a business or already has not even just a business. If you was to leave a word to encourage our sisters, you know what I'm saying, as far as what they can and cannot do or can accomplish when it comes to business, what would you tell them?
I feel like the sky is the limit when it comes to us, especially us Black women. We have to stand up against so many obstacles until we can knock them out. All we have to do is just keep going and keep pushing ourselves. We beat ourselves up a lot, and in us beating ourselves up, we forget at the moment, we're still going and we're still pushing ourselves. So I will tell any young woman, keep going. You have a dream, map it out, write it out, make it plain. I keep a journal where I write out all of my ideas. It's on my bedside. And every time I have an idea, I wake up out of a dream with an idea and I write it down. But I write it down so I can come back to it and I can figure out how I'm going to attain that goal. So I tell women, keep going no matter how hard it gets. The failure is when you stop. Obstacles, you stumble, keep going.
I like that. Obstacles are not failures. And if something fails, there's really not a failure. You just got to figure out what to take out, what to put in to maybe bring it back to life. And you also write it down, make it plain. So that was my segue. She gave me another one. So, before we leave, where is God in everything that you do? Because you are a PK child. We go to church together. And also, actually, what I wanted to ask you too is, you say you write everything down, but you also say to write yourself a letter.
Yes.
Write yourself a letter.
About a year ago, I wrote myself a letter. I saw some things like in my life that I didn't like. And so I kind of figure out how I wanted to alleviate those things. And so as a reminder, I wrote myself a letter. So that letter sits on my nightstand. And it has to do with me business-wise, personally, and just making sure that I'm okay mentally, physically, emotionally. I wrote myself a letter and I pick that letter up and I read it to myself anytime I'm feeling down, or if I need to pick me up, or if I need to encourage myself. But I wrote myself that letter and I pick it up and just read it to myself again.
And when you say you wrote yourself, so what are you telling self? Like, what is you telling? Just an example, so they can have an idea. Like, okay, I want to write myself, but what am I writing to myself?
Like I said, my goal is to make sure that I'm okay mentally, physically, emotionally. So, when it comes to me being focused on career goals, so I made sure to tell myself that it's not always going to be easy, but I have to keep doing it. When it comes to relationship wise, Boaz will come. Leave all these knuckleheads alone. And then and looking at as far as like me being okay, as far as being grieving with my daughter, she's in a better place. It's okay to miss her sometimes, but we keep pushing because we can't stay in that place.
All right, so guys, that was A little nugget for you ladies and guys. You're welcome to it too. Write yourself a letter and revisit it and see how much your growth is, whether it be in relationship, business, or just even yourself. Maybe it's something you need to write and tell yourself that you need to fix, or whatever the case may be, or improve. But definitely, I thought that was really good, and we got that at our women's night at our church. And like I said, lastly, God. Where do we place God in all of the things that you have going on? How does God fit in Nakia the Icon?
God is in everything that I do, even down to every fiber of me that wants to just help others. I talk to God in the car. Like, most of the time, I don't listen to the radio in the car. Most of the time, I'm having conversations with God going to my destinations. I'm making sure and asking him to guide me in the things that I'm doing, because I know that as long as I put him first, everything that I do will prosper. But I know that I have to make sure that my relationship with him is strong and tight, so that way I have my conversations to make sure that every decision I make is aligned with his purpose for my life.
So y'all put God first. If you don't have him, it just starts with a simple conversation, and then, you can always visit us at Temple of God, Church of God in Christ, in Deerfield. But yeah, so I want to thank Nakia, Nakia, for allowing me to do the interview and come into your workspace and your iconishness, and I definitely want to say, congratulations. Oh yeah, she's a realtor. Congratulations. Okay, on everything that you accomplished, and like I said, on some for real G type stuff. Like, I really do watch what you do, and mind you, I'm older than her. So never think that somebody that you look up to has to be older. They could be younger. You just gotta align yourself and have the right people in your circle, or at least in your space. Because negativity rubs off just like positivity rubs off. So I just want to say congratulations on everything that you do. Many, many, many more success on your next book, your volume, and even her personal biography that she's going to write, her interior decorating company that she's going to create, the extension of
AGS Multipurpose Center.
Hey, it might be the Icon Multipurpose Center. Who knows? Might be a sister to it. But before we leave, I want you to leave the Filter Fams with a last word, and also drop your handles for them, whether it's about the book, whether it's about real estate, whether it's about just assisting with consulting as far as business wise. Where can they find you? Last word first, please.
Last word. My favorite quote is, if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude, by Dr. Maya Angelou. So if you don't like something in you or in your life, change it. Make it better. If you can't change it, change the way you think of it. You can find me, Nakia the Icon, on Instagram. You can also find me on Facebook.
Please spell it for my Ebonics brothers and sisters.
Okay. Nakia, Instagram, Nakia the Icon. That's NAKIA, the THE, Icon, AIKAN. And on Facebook, it's Nakia Patrice or Nakia Samuel. Either one will come up when you search. And I'm on TikTok too, Nakia the Icon.
And the book again, where can we purchase the book?
Big Beautiful Puppy Ponytail is available on my website, www.nakiatheicon.com. It's also available on lulu.com and amazon.com. And it's also an ebook on the Amazon Kindle.
I'm just showing y'all the illustrations, you know what I'm saying? How very pretty it is, and her beautiful daughter is on the back.
Thank you.
But again, I do want to thank you very much, and thank, shepherds, appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying? But I want to thank you very much for your time this afternoon and allowing us to come, and I know we'll probably be back when she gets the, who knows? Who knows? She might buy a whole side of Broward Canyon housing for everybody. I don't know. But I really appreciate you, and thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
And y'all already know it's me, your girl Wandey Nowilliams. And y'all catch Filter Me Not every Monday night, 10 p.m. on the Hub, which is THE_HUBB on YouTube. And also on Facebook, it is the Hub 20. And IG is the Hub 20. Oh, and don't forget our website. thehub20.com.